Okay, so we are going to be starting this game. This game I'm tentatively calling "Death Becomes You." Um, the For a little background, you all come from a place called Mercy Springs, Colorado. Mercy Springs is a city within a fairly vast, that's built within a fairly vast canyon and deep valley. It is a upwards of a population of from 90,000 and growing. It has been around for a very long time, and was gathered fame historically because of its very unique place in the American Civil War, where despite being beneath the line, beneath the line and within a territory that persecuted escaped slaves, they refused and allowed escaped slaves to go about their lives as full citizens within their borders. And
Can I interject a question?
Yes.
What year is it?
It is modern times, so it's about,
legalized recreational weed.
Yes. Pot is in fact legal in Colorado at this point, so that could be a thing. So all of you are freshmen in high school. But we're going to get to that in a second. First off, let's say I'm just going to go from left to right. Luke. Pick a number between 1 and 5.
4.
Okay. What is your favorite season?
Autumn.
Autumn?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Then, or rather, no, I should have gone with John first. John is the leftmost. Well, John will be next. John.
You've thrown off the whole system already, Nate. You're one question
We're playtesting it. Shut up, Zach.
John. Pick a number between 1 and 4.
3.
3. What is your favorite villainous archetype?
The Magnificent Bastard.
All right. Amanda.
Hello.
Pick a number between 1 and 3.
4. Wait. 1.
1?
1.
What is your favorite kind of game dice?
A D10.
A D10. Okay, everyone pull out at least 4 D10s.
I don't think I have 4 D10s, GM.
Excuse me while I just check Google.
Though. I've got 3.
Well,
can I find a 4th?
Is it all right if I do this with a roller?
That's fine.
Hold on, do I have more dice in here? More D10s, maybe? I do! I have 4 D10s.
Nice. Okay. All right. Let's see then. Zach is last.
As usual.
Zach.
What?
Evens or odds?
Odds.
Odds?
He doesn't like those evens. Wait.
What is your favorite mammal?
My favorite mammal.
Man.
Mammal. Cat? Okay.
Cat.
All right.
What is your favorite color?
Red. No, green.
Okay. So now that we have those out of the way, John,
Yes.
we're going to get into your character now. You're going to want to keep track of these questions. Everyone is free to write these questions down as I ask them to John and others, and plan out your answers in advance if you would like. But the idea here is that character creation will be a communal sort of thing. So we
What if we all just copy off John?
Okay.
Identical quadruplets.
You're all clones
we're
of
Mormons.
John's character.
We are in Colorado.
First and foremost, John. So it is a known fact that, or it is an established fact that that in Mercy Springs, the ethnicity and ethnic background is rather important to families. There are festivals and celebrations of different backgrounds. Like there's a German fest. There's there is a German fest. There is a South African fest. Is one of the big ones because a lot of the escaped slaves that moved into Mercy Springs were stolen from South Africa. And so on and so forth. So what is your character's ethnic background? And was it super important to your family? Like, was your heritage super important to your family, or did they just mostly ignore it?
I haven't really thought much about what my character's going to be yet, so let me just... I think I'm going to have my character be part of the indigenous population.
Okay. So, one of the First Nations people?
Yep.
Awesome.
And I will say that it's definitely important to their family.
Okay. Let's see. What was in Colorado, the more prominent tribe? What's the more prominent tribe in Colorado? There was Navajo. Ooh. Okay, yeah. You are of Navajo heritage.
Cool.
All right. Next one being, what about you stood out most among your classmates? A ability, a trait of yours, anything.
I think they're going to be very social.
Okay. All right. So we're going to everyone add on your Google Docs a list of stats. We'll just call it social. Add social to your list of stats. John, your character starts with 3 dice in it. Third question. What is your character's personal weakness? Something you could never really do quite right.
I'm going to say they're kind of weak in the language arts.
Weak in language arts. Okay. Let's see. Language arts.
So your character is very social, but not a very good speaker.
No, it's more that they're like, I'm thinking more like written word, probably learning new languages they're not super great at.
You can be social
okay.
and
Yeah.
be bad at grammar.
That's fair.
Look at all of us.
Excuse me.
I know.
My actual job, please. I guess you could argue I'm not very social, though.
Yeah,
All
say
right,
vague.
in that case,
That's
John,
an
if
accent.
you were
That's
to
different.
John, if you were to make a stat out of that, what would it be?
Oof,
Because that was a very specific one that I was not anticipating.
I mean, I can change it to something a little bit.
No, that's
less-
fine. That's fine. That's fine. Let's say that.
I mean, would a language stat be appropriate for being able to decipher and understand, like either decipher or be represent ability to speak other languages.
that could work. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Add a stat for language. You, however, start with 1 die in it. All right. Did you have any friends? If so, who was your best?
Hold on, let me pull up the behind the name random name generator.
Oh, Nate, these questions are pushing me to do something. I'm not sure you're gonna like it. We'll see how things go.
You're the last one who's going to be answering these, so
You've done that on purpose.
No, this is just
So-
how it. This is just like going left to right is how it's looking. So like,
Fine. I might.
you're gonna have the most information to go off of
All right.
and blanks to fill if you so choose.
We'll see. We'll see how this pans out. But I have an idea.
Mm.
Their best friend will be Gale, Gale, and I'm gonna generate a new last name that's not so ridiculous. Gale Beck.
All right. What's she like? Just a brief sort of intro to her.
I feel like Gale is a bit of a type A, like study focused person. Probably the only reason why my character isn't absolutely failing out of like English class.
Okay, that sounds good.
Also, sorry to interrupt, but they've added a life generator to behind the name.
Holy shit! Really?
Yeah, generate
I
life
need-
story.
I need to mess with that later.
It tells you their like age, birth date, date of death, lifespan, cause of death. Gives you
Holy
a physical
shit.
description.
There's
That's
a
awesome.
charactergenerator.org does that too. It's wild how deep it gets.
Hmm
I need
It
to
gives
look
you
at
like
those
their
later.
political views and
Whoa!
like their family tree.
That's awesome. Okay. Now, here's a tough one. What object, person, media, event, or desire did you feel defined you as a person? Note, of course, that this does not have to be positive.
Um, sorry, can you come back to me on this one? I'm still kind of figuring out who this person is.
Okay, that's fine. We'll go ahead and skip question 5 and go to question 6, and I'll go back to you probably after the next person. Just what do you look like?
I guess I'll commit to a gender presentation at this point. Probably. I'm gonna go with male, kind of like average looking, but like well put together. Like his looks probably aren't. He doesn't look gorgeous, but he puts a lot of effort into like dressing himself up well.
Okay.
Making himself look presentable.
So you're pretty fashionable then.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Question 7 then. Who in this world would be happy if you just disappeared? Why?
I'm going to say his. I'm going to say his stepfather.
Okay.
Well, just because he's a bit of a reminder that of the previous husband. So.
Okay. Dig that. What's your name? Do you have a nickname? And did you have a childhood nickname that your parental figures called you?
Let's see. Can I come back to you after I have done some research on the Navajo people?
That's fair. That absolutely works. Since you're the first person that I'm asking these, you have like the least time to answer them, so I can always like cycle back to you after Zach, perhaps, to answer the missing questions.
Just say pass.
Yeah. I'll just make a note. Which ones?
You'll never get the $1 million if you just pass.
Well, True. All right. So here are the next few questions, which I realize are ones that I should have probably included earlier, and so I will do that for everyone else. What's your favorite hobby? How long have you been doing that?
I'm gonna say favorite hobby is baseball.
Baseball?
Yeah.
All right. Everyone add, let's just say sports. Everyone add sports to your list of skills. And John, where you have that in your list of skills, put anywhere that you want that you have a technical knack for that skill. So I will go ahead and put in chat here what technical knack means. All right. Next one is, what celebrity did you admire the most? And what about them was such a draw?
I'm not sure.
Okay, we can skip that one too.
Sorry, these are not things I usually think about for my characters.
That's okay. All right. We'll go ahead and
Actually, you know what? I figured it out. It's Dwayne Johnson.
Dwayne Johnson. Okay. What about them is such a draw to you, aside from everything? What? There's a lot to be drawn to.
How can you narrow it down to one key thing with Dwayne Johnson?
Yeah, I mean it's true, but if you could narrow it down to one key thing, what would it be?
I think it's how proud Dwayne Johnson is of his heritage and how he's never compromised that as part of his image.
Okay. All right. Add, let's say, courage to your list of skills. Let's see, and the first one was. All right, and with that, you start with the leadership modifier in courage, and I'll go ahead and put that in the chat so that you know what that does. Okay, and then finally, if you had a special ability, what would it be? What sort of power or ability or supernatural thing resonates with you most?
I think shape-shifting would probably be what he would be most interested in.
Okay. Add a third list of a third thing here to stats, skills, and powers. Add powers and add shapeshifting. Though you don't realize it's a thing you have right now at the beginning of this game. You start with the aptitude modifier, which I have posted in the chat. And then we go next to Luke, as there are two things that John passed on that after Zach, I'll come back around. Luke.
Yes.
What is your character's ethnic background, and was your family super into your heritage, or did they mostly ignore it?
White Scottish.
Oh, okay.
So just bakes in the sun.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. Perennially sunburnt is part of their description. Um,
I don't mean to interrupt, but I do have to say I use this character generator, and one of the things on this super highly detailed character generator, which I think is going to work well for your character. Your character. I'm sorry.
All right, no, that's fine. It's fine.
Your character's best friend. Their interests include looking like a tomato. And at first I was like, what the hell does that mean?
They've just got a really weird fetish.
Oh God, I love it.
Oh my God. Okay, so yeah, so white Scottish.
So white Scottish, and while not openly celebratory of their ancestry, they privately hold it in somewhat high regard.
Okay. Okay. What about you stood out amongst your classmates? Now, since you're the second person to go, you can pick social or language. You can pick either of those, and you will start with 3 dice in those. So you don't actually have to create a new one, since 2 already exist. But since there are only 2 that exist, I expect that there will probably be more variations of stats. So this is just for everyone going forward. If you feel like your character would actually have excelled in language, for instance, you can totally pick that. So, yes, what stood out about you? What about you stood out most among your classmates?
Probably. I mean, it's hard to totally describe, but I'm not like classical athletics, but the willingness and ability to scale rock walls and climb trees and generally do very dangerous stuff.
We can call it spirit.
Yeah, all right, that sounds good.
So everyone adds spirit as a stat. You start with 3 dice in it. All right. What is your personal weakness? Something that you could just never really do quite right. Oh, also a note. After questions 2 and 3 have been answered, make sure that you say that all other stats you have 2 dice in. All other stats that were not defined by questions 1 and 2 that were already established by someone else. And also going forward for anything else that anyone else establishes.
All right. I will say... yeah. Most likely, quick-wittedness or reaction times. Like they're easily kind of caught up in something.
Okay.
So,
would you like perception?
Yeah, perception sounds good.
Okay. Yeah, add perception as a stat. And you start with 1 die in perception.
Yay.
So, what is your favorite hobby, and how long have you been doing it?
Bird watching.
Bird watching.
Since she was very young.
Okay. Bird watching. Let's say as a skill that could be.
Honestly, that sounds also like perception.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be more general than that, like outdoorsy tracking and that kind of thing. Just a general interest in going out and being with nature.
Yeah, we can say. Honestly, we could say outdoors as a skill.
Just outdoors. Yeah.
Yeah. That sounds about right.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, I'll add outdoors as a skill. You start with tactical knack in that. Which again, they're in the chat on the side here.
Mm-hmm.
What celebrity did you admire the most, and what about them is such a draw to you? You can again also choose Dwayne the Rock Johnson. I won't blame you.
Sadly, it's going to be Sean Connery.
Sean Connery. All right. What about him? What about him was such a draw?
Chiefly from playing Bond, from being the most debonair British spy was played by a Scotsman.
Okay, well, what about his portrayal? Aside from just being
the confidence, the total self-assuredness in everything he did.
Okay, go ahead and add cool. Let's say let's add cool to skills. And you start with the leadership modifier in cool. Unless you think cool and courage overlap too much.
I don't know. I think courage is like personal fortitude, whereas cool can be outwardly superficial.
That's fair. That's fair. All right. Okay. So next, and yeah, you start with leadership in cool. So you can coordinate coolness because of your appreciation for Sean Connery.
He's my stand.
If you had a special ability, what would it be? Something that would deeply resonate with you.
Flight.
Okay. All right. So, though you do not realize that is a thing that you have, add flight to your list of powers, and start with the aptitude modifier. All right. So, did you have any friends? If so, who was your best?
Probably my brother.
Okay. What was his name?
Angus.
All right. Just give me a little description of him. What would you like?
Quite bookish, very gangly. Rather bad teeth. Just poor genetics, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of extremely frizzy red hair. Like, he was the most stereotypically Scottish child their entire family had seen.
All right.
The kind of person who looks like he's built of elbows and knees.
All right. What was he like, personality-wise?
Extremely energetic and quite clever. Would tend to kind of stumble into social situations with maximum enthusiasm and absolutely no skill. which often won him friends out of sheer just confusion.
All right, I like this kid. So next, What object, person, media, event, or desire did you feel defined you as a person? It doesn't have to be positive.
Probably. Yeah, most likely it's the collar from their dog that died somewhat shortly after they'd spent a lot of time and care bringing him over from Scotland. They buried the dog ways away in their kind of garden. They tried to keep her away from it, but they let her have the collar afterwards, and it's something that she kind of remembers as the first time she had a kind of close up and personal encounter with death.
Okay. All right. So now, here's a weird thing for me to say. Forget about that.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't even write it on your character sheet.
Cool.
Because you don't remember having a dog. But that will come up later.
Yay!
What do you look like?
So short and scrawny with slightly too long limbs, very much like Angus. Very wide, kind of slightly larger than you would normally expect, kind of green eyes, and a very perennially sunburnt complexion. Kind of reminds people of kind of a more practical, earthy-looking Wednesday Addams. Kind of swapping out the pleated skirt and pigtails for dirty jeans and hiking boots. Recently had her hair cropped short on the sides like an undercut, and is currently getting hell for it from her parents.
Okay. All right. Next one. Who in this world would be happy if you just disappeared? If not happy, then contented.
Probably her parents.
Okay, why?
While they've always struggled to raise their kids well, Angus was always the one that kind of they could get along with simply because he tended to be outgoing and what they wanted their children to be. Whereas Koira was always a difficult child to really get to grips with, and very much often found her wandering away from the house and doing her own thing for hours at a time. And frankly, they could do without the hassle.
Okay. And I guess you then have your name, Koira. How do you spell that?
Coira.
All right. So there we have that. All right. Do you have a nickname? Last thing there.
Well, her full name's Koira Reed, and I'd imagine people would just call her Red because of her complexion.
Okay. Okay. Now we move to Manda.
All right. Before we go too far, can I get a? Let me get down the rundown and make sure I've got everything written down that I'm supposed to have written down so far. Yes.
Okay. I mean, well, yeah. What you have, like stats and skills and such.
Yeah, stats and skills.
Okay.
Social, language, spirit, perception.
Yes. Stats, social, language, spirit, perception.
Skills.
Okay.
Sports, cool.
Courage and outdoors.
There it is. Courage, outdoors. And then I assumed I don't have to write down the powers that they have, or do I?
If you want, you can. That's up to you.
Okay. Is there anything else I should have on my sheet at the moment? From other questions answered.
No, not yet.
Okay.
All right. So, What's your ethnic background? And was your family super into your heritage, or did they just?
She is mixed race, Latinx and Southeast Asian, probably. Her mother, who is the Latina side, is definitely more interested in the heritage than her father, who is the Southeast Asian side. So it's more important to her mom, but
That's fair. What about you stood out the most amongst your classmates? And it can very well be one of the other stats that have already been established.
Stood out the most.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to put it into one word. Rebellion, would that work?
Rebellion?
Yeah, just not giving a shit about things.
That sounds a lot like Spirit.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So go ahead and start with, because not giving a shit about things would definitely be a vein of being able to, say, approach a situation with no fucks given.
Okay.
So I would say that's Spirit.
Okay.
So go ahead and have 3 dice in Spirit.
Got it.
What was your personal weakness? Something you could never really do quite right.
Academics.
Academics. Okay.
Probably because of the aforementioned not giving a shit about things.
Right. John, here's a question.
Yeah.
Should we change language to academics?
I mean, are you good at math?
I mean, he's not bad at math. Like,
okay, well we'll say academics is a particular stat. All right, yeah, academics.
Maybe academics should be a stat and language should be moved to a skill. Or would that screw things up?
We can do that.
Well, the way I see it is that anything having to do with like the school system, worthless.
Yeah, sure, why not? Let's move language to a skill. And as part of that, John, you can when I get back to you, you can identify one of the newly created stats as something that is that you are weak at. Sound good?
sure.
All right. So Amanda, you start with 1 die in academics.
Honestly, that's generous.
All right. So, what was your favorite hobby, and how long have you been doing that?
Making makeup tutorials for YouTube.
Nice.
I know that
All
one
right,
of the people at my work, I just want to say, spends like every time I happen to glance at her computer, she's watching somebody's makeup tutorial.
Look, when you have a skill, you have to pass it on to the next generation.
Yeah. So let's say, do you want to call that fashion, or
Fashion.
do you want to call it makeup?
Fashion.
Okay. Everyone add fashion as a skill. Amanda, you start with the tactical knack modifier for fashion.
You can coordinate us so well. Or is that the wrong?
No, that would be leadership.
Damn it.
Is the coordination.
Fashion leadership would be so much better. We are all going to have matching outfits. I'm going to make it happen.
Well, you're the one who goes next. You could very well aspire to that. All right. What celebrity did you admire the most?
Nicki
Minaj.
Nicki Minaj.
All right. What about her is such a draw to you?
God. Her confidence, for one.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what? Confidence all around. She's not afraid to be weird. She puts herself out there.
Okay.
She's not afraid to start fights.
All right. I would say that's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah. So you start with the leadership modifier in cool. Unless you would pitch something else.
No, I mean, Nicki's cool.
All right. All right. Next one. If you had a special ability, what would it be?
Oh,
something that would just deeply resonate with you.
Hmm.
And if you want to skip it, we can.
Trying to think of one that would go in with this bombastic character I made. Hang on, I'm going to pull up a random generator.
Okay.
Thanks, internet.
You did it, internet. Good job.
All right, this generator's dumb because it just gave me one that said question mark.
It's a sign. The power that would resonate most with her would be chaos.
I do like that. But that's hard to quantify, I think.
No.
What, chaos?
Yeah. You can have that.
How would you how? Make it work for me so I can understand it better.
Let's say that you are in a crowded situation, and you wanted, and everything's crowded, but also fairly normal and mundane, and you wanted to cause a scene, maybe drawing on the forces of chaos to cause, say, something to happen that would cause a panic amongst everybody.
I don't know. It's a little too vague. I feel like it would leave it up to it would get very dicey very quickly as we try to figure out how things work in a gaming sense.
Okay, it's up to you.
So okay, whatever one I click now is the one I'm going to go with, all right?
All right. It can also be one of the other ones that have been established too.
But that's not fun.
Okay.
We all got to be different. This just says spikes.
Oh.
Spikes.
The power spikes.
Spikes. I'm going with it.
You know, we'll see how that goes. Everyone add spikes to the list of powers. You start with the aptitude modifier and spikes. All right. Do you have any friends? If so, who's your best?
I don't know if I have any real friends. It's probably a lot of superficial relationships.
Okay. Okay. What object, person, media, event, or desire did you feel defined you as a person?
Oh, definitely sneaking out to party for the first time in my life.
Okay. Okay.
It opened this renewed sense of freedom that I never knew existed.
All right. Go ahead and forget about that. You've never been to a
Okay.
party in your life.
Okay.
All right. What do you look like?
A little on the rounder side, but
Okay.
like everything fits, if that makes sense.
I don't know what you mean by that.
All right. What I mean is that like everything's in proportion.
Oh. Okay.
More like light tan skin, blue eyes. Oh, a wild hairstyle. We're gonna go with like super long in the front and like just completely shaved off in the back. Also blue hair.
All right. And who in this world would be happy if you just disappeared?
I'm gonna say also parents. I don't know if that's okay. Does this have to be sincere, or does this have to be what our characters think would?
This has to be sincere.
Okay, who would be? Okay,
they don't have to be happiest, but content would apply.
Probably my teachers.
Doesn't necessarily mean dead either.
Probably my teachers then.
Okay.
If you would just one day vanish from their life.
Yeah, if you were to just one day no longer be part of their life, who would probably feel the most positive about it? Okay,
teachers.
your teachers. All right.
Yeah.
And what's your name?
Billy.
Billy.
Billy Kim.
Billy Kim. All right. All right. Next we go to Zach.
Okay. Give me a quick reminder because I have two strong competing ideas. Give me a quick reminder of kind of like the gist of everyone's deal so far. I got Manda. Manda's a rebel fashionista.
Yes.
All right. Then you have John's character is a modest fashionista who is pretty good at sport.
Okay.
Then you have Luke's. Yeah, seems to be fairly athletic. And then you have Luke's character who is outdoorsy girl. No fucks given.
Okay. I think I know what I'm doing.
All right. Well, let's start with
I'm just going to apologize in advance. I think you're going to curse me out once I get to a certain question.
All right, sure. What's your ethnic background? And was your family super into your heritage, or did they mostly ignore it?
Ethnic background is German.
Okay.
Their family has been, like, ethnic background's German, but family has been American for, like, basically is, like, still several generations American. So at this point, it's more of a curiosity than hasn't been hugely impactful. It's kind of like a, hey, we occasionally do this fun thing because we're part German.
You go to German Fest every year.
Do you like sauerkraut?
You go to German Fest every year, and then New Year's, your parents makes some kind of sauerkraut and kielbasi dish.
Yeah,
And-
it's not terribly important.
And I vomited a little just talking about sauerkraut. So, what stood out amongst your classmates about you?
I'm
You
gonna say.
can pick any of the four already established.
All right. What I was gonna probably say. I may have. Okay, what's in the right place so far? I feel like I have some things in the wrong place potentially. So, what are our stats?
Stats currently are social, spirit, perception, and academics.
Okay, and then our skills
are sports, courage, outdoors, cool, language, and fashion.
All right, got it. We did move. That's right. I was screwed up. We did move language too.
Mhm.
All right. I'm going to say. I mean, literally, probably a very tall person, but I think more relevantly, their intelligence.
Okay, so academics then.
Yes.
Let's go with academics. You start with 3 dice in academics. Next one is what is your personal weakness? Something you could just never really do right.
They have 0 stamina.
0 stamina. Okay. So
they get winded very easily. They've always been physically kind of like a little frailer.
Okay.
Negative sport.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and add a stat, everybody. Let's go ahead and add a stat for, I'm just going to call it physique. Sound good?
Sounds fine.
Yeah,
One
if I
die.
could spell it right.
Yeah. You start with 1 die in that. All right. What is your favorite hobby, and how long have you been doing that?
Favorite hobby? I don't know if that would. I'm just writing down the question quick as I think of.
That's okay.
I would say favorite hobby is they are as far as a hobby goes, they're artistic. They like to design. They're kind of more shapes and things, but I guess designing maybe or.
No, we can go with art.
All right.
Yeah. Let's say add a skill for art. And you start with the technical knack in art.
Well, then let me hold on.
Unless you want that to be something different.
Yeah, I think I do. Hold on. Let me actually. I'm gonna. Can I revise my answer?
Sure.
So what is your favorite hobby and how long you've been doing it? I'm trying to think of. Yeah, I think. Sorry, I think I planned this slightly wrong. So that is part of it, but I think I'm gonna go with language. Is actually they enjoy studying and learning new languages, and even on occasion creating their own, which is where the kind of artistic and
nice
design thing comes in. But language is probably overall the more appropriate choice here.
All right, so you start with technical knack in language. Okay, and what celebrity did you admire the most? What about them is such a draw to you?
Celebrity they admire the most. Oh, I'm gonna say they admire. Does it have to be a living celebrity?
No. Anybody.
Tolkien.
Tolkien. Okay.
Tolkien was very much Tolkien is one of the most like famous celebrities known for crafting their own languages, and he thought
Okay.
that was really cool.
All right. And it's the language aspect that is about that.
Yes.
You can go ahead and add leadership to language too. Okay. If you had a special ability, what would it be? Something that deeply resonates with you.
I
Polyglot.
was hoping you'd ask me this one. I was hoping you would ask this one last. I wanted the giveaway to be a different one. That's
Alas.
fine though.
I'm just gonna write down glyphs.
You figured it out, you bastard.
Yeah.
Yes, special ability is the ability to turn language into power.
Okay. Okay. Everyone can add.
I hope you're okay with me doing this.
No, that's fine.
Too strong. Some of the questions were too strong in compulsion, and this is the person I was. This is the idea I had that was more standoutish from the rest of the party. So
okay, yeah, yeah, you can go ahead and add glyphs, or everyone can add glyphs to the list of powers. You start off with the aptitude modifier. Do you have any friends? If so, who was your best?
you know the answer to this. Best friend is a also very smart but kind of intense young man by the name of Tyrion Sturm. I'm doing it. I'm making it happen.
Okay, that's fine. What object, person, media, event, or desire did you feel defined you as a person?
The one desire that has defined him as a person is the desire to be healthier.
Okay.
Or you know what? Actually, I'm going to scratch that.
Okay.
The desire to use knowledge to improve the world.
Okay. So kind of a
I guess philanthropy
sort of thing. Go ahead and forget about that.
Okay.
You're not a philanthropist. You're an asshole now.
The rest of the world does not matter to you.
Ooh.
Escapism.
What do you look like?
Tall, pale, light. I'll say for light brown hair. Kind of gangly.
Okay. Who in this world would be happiest if you just disappeared from their life?
He has a grandmother that is convinced that is contributing to a lot of his expenses, and B, is sort of like is convinced that dying is being led brought to heaven by angels. So if he disappeared, she would assume he has gone to a better place. Rejoice.
Okay. What's your name?
Eilert Draugr.
All right. We cycle back around now to John. John.
Yes.
What object, person, media, event, or desire did you feel defined you as a person?
I would say that probably his father leaving. like just up and leaving one day was defining for him. It probably instilled upon him a bigger sense of personal responsibility and like how he affects other people just by being there.
Forget about that.
Okay,
That never affected you.
cool.
You were born from a test tube. You never had a dad.
Yeah, you had a father, and
Okay.
your father left one day, but everything was fine after.
Hmm.
It was no big deal. Okay. Also, what about you? What is your personal weakness? What is there a particular one of the stats that have been established here, or is there a new one that you want to create?
I think I'm gonna go with perception.
Okay.
I think that my dude's a little dense, a little
Okay. Yeah.
not very observant.
You start with 1 die in perception.
Mhm.
All right. And what is your name?
Yiska.
Yiska. Okay.
Hmm.
All right. Okay. So now that we all have our characters established, I will give everyone a chance, starting with John, to add either a stat or a skill that you feel is missing. So, John, is there a stat or a skill in this game that you feel is missing?
I feel like we need a sneaking skill.
Okay. All right. Luke, is there a stat or a skill that you feel is missing?
I can't necessarily. Something.
You can say no. You can, if you feel comfortable with the ones that are listed. Because more may be added during play as you experience different difficulties.
I can't think of anything right now.
Okay, that's fine. Amanda, is there a stat or a skill that you feel is missing?
See, the problem is I could see a lot of things falling into these because they're wide encompassing. So I guess I'll have to play the game to see how specific you're gonna be.
Okay. Oh, that like Luke's answer is no.
Well, my immediate thought is survival, but I feel like physique and outdoors both kind of cover that.
That's fair. That's fair. All right. Sure. We'll then go to Zach. Zach, is there a stat or a skill that you feel is missing?
I think we need a stat for like coordination.
Okay.
Because physique to me suggests more like strength and stamina type stuff. So, and that doesn't necessarily go hand in hand with being a more extra skilled approach. So,
okay, everyone add coordination to your list of stats. Your best stat is 3. Your worst stat is 1. Everything else is 2. And that means that you roll either 1d10 whenever that stat is going to be called into play, or you'll roll 2d10 or 3d10. Ideally, you're going to want to hit the TN that I tell you or higher. So the more dice that you roll, the larger, the greater the chances that you're actually going to make that TN. Furthermore, modifiers like aptitude, which that allows you to reduce the TN, or allows you to add an extra die to increase your chances, or tactical DAC, which allows you to reduce the TN by 1 of whatever I tell you. So now that we have that out of the way, let's get into it.
Okay. Do we start out with anything in our skills other than the notes for technical knack or leadership?
Tactical knack, leadership, and aptitude.
And
for
we all have, I
power.
believe, and we have aptitude
No.
for power. Okay.
That's what you start with.
Alrighty. I'm gonna take a restroom break before we get
Oh, sure.
started into it.
Yes, we can. Everyone, if you want to take a pause, get a drink, go to the restroom. Now is the time. Once you come back, we will do this. Those of you who are still here, what'd you think of character creation?
I feel like I might have made different choices if I hadn't gone first.
Okay.
I think you did great.
Yeah, I think it works. I think it's something that would definitely work a little bit more smoothly written down. But apart from that, yeah, I like the idea of taking events of your taking actual character traits and events and using those to build the skills and stats rather than just having, rather than just kind of building your character to conform to an archetype the stats will use.
The character builds the world doesn't build the character.
Yeah.
That's the idea, yeah. Okay, cool. So yeah. If you would like, I can, or I can wait until the session's over, and then I'll send you a list of modifiers that you can use experience to buy at the end of a session.
Ooh, okay.
Because 3 are already established in character creation, and when you have experience points, you can then spend those to buy modifiers for any of the skills.
Okay.
So skills are also 1 for the worst, 3 for the best, and 2 for everything
No.
else. No, okay.
It's just stats.
Okay.
Skills. So stats create your dice pool,
Uh-huh.
and skills potentially allow you to interact with the dice pool in some unique way.
Okay.
By adding a die, reducing it by 1.
Got it.
Or say another example is one that I'll send you the list at the end of the session. But another one is called Perseverance, which means that even if you have taken an injury or some sort of narrative consequence that might prevent you from using that skill, you still can.
Okay.
Because you just are practiced enough that you can just do that, even under injury or consequence.
Got it.
So, stuff like that. Those are the modifiers that they do things to your dice pool.
Damn it, we're all in Colorado and no one's a horse person.
No centaurs.
I deserve that.
Hey, Nate.
Yo!
Could you drop the full list of stats and skills in the chat just to make sure that everyone's on the same page? And I haven't missed one while I'm doing research on the Navajo.
Sure. Let me just go ahead and I can just make this shareable, I think. I was just copying down all the answers and the like.
Oh, also, Nate, I just want to double check. I can come up with a different character if you are.
No, that's fine.
Okay, because this was just I was going to use a different character that I have never used, but they would have been very similar to other characters already.
Zach, we know you only have like 5 characters. Don't worry about
it. I guess there's one other thing that you'll see on this on the character sheets or on the game notes that I have there. Up at the top, you'll see one at the bottom called says cryptid. So you know how there was 5, how I had you pick between 1 and 5 at the very beginning.
Yeah.
That was 1 in 5 questions. And the 5th one that was never chosen is one that I answer. It is,
Oh.
what is your favorite cryptid?
Mothman represent.
I'm so happy now. I mean, I was happy before, but now I'm really happy.
What are the Colorado cryptids? Colorado
Oh man, if I'd been if I'd
And
chosen that question, I could have answered chupacabra.
yeah, you could have. And I also, for that exact reason, I had specifically written for the what is your favorite mammal. I didn't put what is your favorite animal because if it had come to me, it would have just been a praying mantis.
Yeah. Bug.
So yeah. All right. So everyone ready?
Yeah.
I believe so.
Okay. So we start with each of you awakening in the middle of a busy marketplace at Alden Park, a district of the city of Mercy Springs that is a bit to the north. It is known for being kind of a hipster town. Almost everything here is intentionally landscaped, fake even at its core. This place was, after all, once a stretch of arid rock. The greenery spread about the town had to be transplanted. Everything's intentional at Alden Park. However, the history of Alden Park still remains important to the people here. It is up to you if you come from Alden Park. It is a town that is connected to Mercy Springs, and it's fairly large. Again, a very hipstery place. If you have been here in your life, you're more than welcome to say so at any time and say, oh, I think I recognize that. And I'll tell you a little bit of information about what you recognize. Just bring it up whenever that comes up. You all wake up in various places that you could be sleeping. One of you's on a bench. I'll say that Yiska, you wake up on a bench. Koira, you wake up with your back against a wall. It's nearby this bench. Billy, you wake up just in the middle of the road, laying face down in the middle of the road.
Like the road where cars drive on?
What a hell of a party.
All right.
There are no cars driving here currently, so yeah, you know. And Eilerts, let's say that you wake up sort of using trash that has been put out in a bag as a pillow. As each of you look around, you find the busy market streets of Alden Park. It is rather noisy out here. It's it is early afternoon on Market Street in Alden Park, which means it's fairly busy. It's bustling. There are people all around you. None of them seem to notice you. Also worth noting that as you have woken up in this strange place, you do feel like something is missing from you. Like there's some awful hole inside where something used to be, but it's nothing physical, and so you can't really put your finger on it.
For Billy, would this be a hangover?
Do I feel sick?
Billy's never partied before.
Ah, good point. Shit.
What is party?
Well, I mean, you know what a party is. You just never been to one. Maybe you want to go, but you never been to one. That would be almost too rebellious, you think? You need to build up the courage for that.
My question does stand though. Is there do I feel sick? Is there a vomit situation?
No. No, there is not a vomit situation. You all awake near each other. Up to you if you know each other. Up to you if you go to the same school.
Uh,
I am going to say that I do recognize this place, and I probably know where a bus stop is.
Okay, yeah. I mean, there is a bus stop just a few blocks south. And you recognize the Market Street. It's a fairly bustling place. You know that it is capped off at one end with the Metzger meat market, which is which was an old courthouse that fell into disuse and then was renovated into a meat market and grocer. It caps off the street into kind of a financial cul-de-sac, as it is flanked with other businesses and the like. All of the buildings around you, you know, are all local businesses, small town businesses, a lot of hipster restaurants and clothing stores.
Yeah, I'm gonna get up, look
All right.
around.
Yeah, you see some other kids. Kind of in other various states of you see the three others in at other various states of waking up in a weird place.
You most likely see the scrawny look of Cora staggering off from the wall, look kind of arms out, trying to get to the bench, kind of holding her back, going, "Ah, that was not a good place to sleep." This is why I don't skip breakfast. Notices that Yeska is lying on there. Sorry. Are you homeless?
Yiska looks like very well dressed.
Okay, probably not then. He's probably, if anything, he's probably slightly more belligerent. Because, okay, don't take up the whole bench. Come on, shift.
Yeah, because Yiska's fairly fashionable, right? So I imagine he's fairly well dressed.
Yeah, assuming he's waking up in his own clothes. Yeah, he's well. He'll actually like look down at himself to just double check, make sure that he, like, in addition to having been dumped here, maybe like
this
nobody
is
has taken his clothing.
No,
this is not a handcuff to a lamppost kind of situation.
no one's taking your clothing. You're about as well dressed as you remember.
Eilert is going to fish in his pockets for his phone so he can check the time.
All right, yeah. You fish in your pocket for your phone, and you do have it. It is currently looks like it's currently just a little after 11.
I'm gonna fish in my pockets for money.
Yeah, I mean you have your debit card, because who carries cash?
This economy.
Yeah, who carries cash anymore?
Who has cash in this economy?
Yeah, right. And as you guys are sort of fishing around and checking your valuables and everything, does anyone happen to actually look at the people around you?
Cora probably does, because she imagines she probably came here shopping with her family and has somehow wandered off and fallen asleep.
Okay. You look around and you see that the people that are passing you by, that are not even recognizing that you were a bunch of kids sleeping in weird places, their colors are muted. Like, they're there, but almost like the quality of the colors has been turned down by like 10%.
She kind of rubs her palm in her eyes for a few moments, just trying to figure out if it's just fuzzy head. Looks again.
But yeah, you look again, and you definitely recognize that these three other kids are not. They're not that way. Their colors are perfectly fine.
Hmm.
Did any of you see what happened to me? I think I passed out.
I don't know. I was just over, gestures over at the wall. I was just having a nap, I think. And I should really be finding my mum and dad.
All of you hear a trash can fall over nearby.
Turn and look.
One of those like miniature dumpster like trash cans that you can fit a lot of trash in
Uh-huh.
has toppled over, and a young girl has spilled out from it.
Maybe find your date.
Her colors are also they are also the same as yours. They're not muted like everyone else's. She seems to be dressed in a dark blazer and slacks over top over top like a white button down blouse. She's platinum hair and golden brown eyes. What? Excuse me?
Just waves an arm in the air. Over here.
Do you
Apparently
want-
this is the after party.
Which one of you put me in a trash can?
Hey, do any of you know when the next bus is coming? Can I sit here?
As if just just pushes. Makes space. Look, I'm just gonna. You know what? You can take my seat. And Corey's gonna stand up and just try and get someone passing by's attention.
I just like to think Yiska's been laying there contemplating life the entire time, not responding to anything else.
just gradually being shunted up the bench.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Yiska's probably like checking his phone, like if he has. What I think he'd actually be checking like social media, be like seeing if there's like any pictures of like.
You don't have any data right now. The base functions of your phone seem to be there, but you don't have any data.
Okay.
Or
he'll check his his camera roll to see if there's like any weird pictures that are out of place. Like
Check Snapchat.
all right, what was the last picture you took?
I feel like it was probably like some sort of selfie.
Duck lips.
Was it like a selfie with Gail?
Yeah, probably a selfie with Gail.
Yeah, a selfie with Gail in like an English class or something like that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, see your most recent picture.
Okay.
It is dated about 3 days ago. But you seem to recall taking that sooner than that.
So the current day matches up with the last day I remember it being.
No,
Okay.
The picture was taken 3 days ago,
Mhm.
but you seem to recall taking that picture way sooner than 3 days ago.
Okay.
there's a 3-day gap in your memory.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that this Yiska will say, "Hey, does anyone else have a weird 3-day-ish gap?" Because the last thing on my phone says I took a picture 3 days ago, and I definitely took this like way earlier than that.
That's Verizon for you.
Nice.
I don't have a phone, says the platinum blonde girl. She like rummages through her pockets, pulls out a playing card, looks at it strangely, and then puts it back.
But you do keep cards on you.
I guess I have one. She pulls it out, shows it to you if you're interested.
Sure. What card?
Doesn't really even look like a playing card. Now that you look at it, it's it's the size of a playing card. And the actual like the actual design on the back is just black. And the what should be the suit and the number or the character is just a white horse.
Eilert will fish in his own pockets for anything he does not remember carrying on him.
Nothing like that.
Yeah, he comes up empty and then shrugs.
I don't know either. But she shrugs and will take it back from you and put it back in her pocket.
While this is happening, Koira is just going to walk up to one of the passing by people and just wave a hand out in front of them. Excuse me, could you just help?
Go ahead and roll.
Nice.
Roll spirit, because you go to wave your hand in front of them, and they walk through your hand.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a courage check.
Yeah, they walk through your hand.
That is a 13.
No. You're sorry. You're not combining them.
Oh, okay. Well, then my highest roll is a 9.
Okay, your highest is a 9. All right, yeah, that's a success. Sorry, I should have told you the TN was 8.
Ah, okay.
Sorry, that's a habit I need to get into when I start calling for rolls. But that's the first roll I've called for, so
Yeah, it's fine.
it's fine. All right, yeah. You will hold your shit together to the best of your ability.
Such it is.
Huh? Yeah, you're not going to take a mental trauma for it. But
someone walked through I got ghosted.
But someone did definitely just walk through your hand.
Yeah.
Everyone saw that.
It's just kind of standing there with her arm still outstretched, just looking at her hand. Then there's a very flat, what? Waves her hand through the air a few times.
At this point, Eilert also is rubbing his eyes and seeing.
Okay, I'm gonna go back in the trash can now.
Yeah,
that's where I'm going.
Just keeps her arms up to face everyone. It's like, could someone else try that?
Just wide-eyed, unmoving.
No, I'm not going to. I'm going to go back into the trash can, and when I open my eyes again, I'll be somewhere.
Gora's just going to walk over to the nearest person and just
God, where the hell will I be?
On the person's face to try and make contact with it.
All right. Again, you pass right through.
No. I mean one of the more slightly colourful people.
I don't know.
Whose face do you go handle?
I think you were nearest to Yiska at the time.
Yeah, Yiska just gets kind of a very slow but forceful palm in the face. I'm sorry, John. I'm bullying your character.
I
for no
slowly
reason.
scoot away from these two.
Yiska returns the palm to the face.
So for a moment, there is just
you both just palm each other's face.
All right. Is there something like I was gonna look around for something like, say, a stone, a small stone.
All right. Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of like just various stones on the ground that you could find. I mean, like there, like every other building,
Mhm.
like down the sidewalk, will have a small tree in front of it, as part of just making this place really green and pretty. So you can find like a little rock under one of the trees.
He picks up a rock and throws it at one of the
Nap.
baited out people.
Nope.
Nope.
You go to grab a rock, and you do not grab a rock. Now, are you just like casually trying, or are you trying real hard?
He was just, I guess, casually trying. Like, he honestly,
Okay,
he's
yeah.
probably a little shocked because he didn't really think that. Like, he honestly, even after seeing the hand through the people, he didn't think that. He figured he'd be able to pick up a rock. He did not expect that to not work. So he probably just stands there, hunched over, having with his hand on the other side of this rock, not sure what to do from here for a few seconds.
Yeah. You go to grab the rock, and you go right through it.
Watching all of this happen, Billy is gonna grip the bench that she's sitting on a little harder, afraid that she's gonna just suddenly fall through it.
We're sitting on a ghost bench.
Yeah, Jessica similarly has removed his hand and is now testing to make sure the bench is real.
Oh, just so you know, things and like the buildings, the sidewalk, the street, the trees, they're all as vibrantly colored as you remember. A thing also worth noting, by the way, it is just by the feel of it, and by the look of the trees, as the leaves are slowly starting to yellow. It seems to be mid autumn.
Do I remember it being autumn 3 days ago ish?
Yeah.
Okay.
You have
Good.
memories of autumn.
So, is anyone else on the verge of freaking out right now?
I'm in a trash can.
I
Not freaking out.
Wait.
The picture of mental health.
Okay, wait. So we can touch trash cans and benches, but rocks are out of the question.
Did I would have to leave this their immediate this immediate little park area to find a rock?
No, like it was just there was a tree on
Okay.
like one. Like I said, there are trees that are in various segments of the sidewalk. And you just went under one of the trees that was nearby.
Yeah.
So as you say that, though, you do recognize that the girl has been unable to actually write the trash can.
Just
like as
pouring at it.
soon as she fell out of it, she's been unable to.
She's been unable to like get it back up on its on its right side up. So she's basically just curled into it like it's a box.
All right. I'm
It's-
gonna go through
okay.
my pockets and look for a hand mirror.
All right, yeah, you have one. I mean, you probably even have like a purse on you too.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And yeah, you look in a hand mirror, and you do see yourself, but you are translucent.
I close it really quick.
I was checking his phone because if he has been missing for 3 days, he probably has a number of texts from various people.
You have no data.
Oh, right.
The basic functions of your phone, like telling time, taking pictures, and etc., seems to work.
That's a
but
good
you have
idea.
no data.
I'm busting out the phone,
So
taking
they're
a selfie with these two weirdos on the bench.
Hey.
so the latest message stored in his memory is from 3 days ago.
Yeah.
How did the picture turn out?
The picture turned out great. All three of you are there, but slightly translucent. And also, you see a black cat behind the park bench, staring at the camera.
Is it there when I turn around?
Now it is.
Oh.
It has a collar, but doesn't have identification on the collar. But it does have a little bell. That is has a little bell that is like a little chime kind of thing. The second thing that's on the chime that makes it ring as it walks appears to be some kind of like small like stainless steel scythe. It
Kitty.
it comes up your way. It's a little bell jingles as it does.
Oh, hey. Hi.
It purrs as you pet it.
Oh, can I pick it up?
Yes.
Ah.
Whatever has happened 3 days ago.
What makes you think anything's happened? How do you know that this isn't a shared hallucination or a dream?
And I put my hand through someone.
A dream?
So as you have stopped petting the cat behind the ears, you hear, "I don't mean to alarm you, but please keep doing that."
Does she hear that, or do we all?
Everyone
hear
does.
that?
Yes, everyone does hear that coming from the cat.
Okay, already on edge. It's like, ah!
Okay. So Eilert's still going through his phone. He assumes that's Yiska because I don't think Yiska's spoken yet.
Yiska has spoken. He asked if anyone else was missing 3 days of time.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
He
That's
was
right,
talking
you
about
were
his
talking about that.
photos.
Okay, never mind. He'll look up then because that is a voice he does not recognize from the immediate last few minutes.
Do you go back to scratching him between the ears?
No, because there's a deep voiced cat on my lap.
He kind of like flicks his tail a couple of times and says, "Fine then," and hops off your lap. He walks a little bit and then sits down in a place where all of you can see him.
I'm gonna take a picture of it.
Yeah, this is a cute little kitty.
Why are you taking pictures of everything?
Girl in the
Find
trash can, you may wish to come out for this. I feel it
find
will
a-
be important.
good filter to put over.
All right.
I feel like Yiska's also taking a picture of the cat.
Yeah, she comes out. Oh, that's a cute kitty, I guess.
Yeah, it's got a case of the James Earl Jones.
Who?
I don't suppose you would be scratching me between the ears? Nope. She goes back in the trash can.
No. As someone physically tangible, you're coming here and dealing with this with the rest of us.
Fine.
Thank you.
She gets
Thank
out.
you.
Eilert will walk up to the cat, kneel, crouch down, and scratch it between the ears.
Ah, good. I can't reach that with my own claws. Thank you.
He nods and then will stand back up once it seems like he's been satisfied.
Yeah. Yeah. He will wait for everyone to uh he will wait and then like once everyone seems to be like fully attentive. Very good. You're all awake and alert and recognize that I'm here. Good.
Is it really?
Well, it is good for you and potentially good for me.
This has to be a dream.
Would you like me to extend my claws to show you that it is not? I do require something to put my claws into. I think they're coming loose. He does the thing where like he chews on his claws. Never mind.
It will.
Introductions are in order. I am Lord Death. You will have to forgive me for my current form, as previous participants in their surveys, they found my true form to be dissatisfying and, quite frankly, terrifying. All of their outgoing surveys suggested that this would be far less mortifying.
Is Billy just in hysterics right now?
She's just trying to keep it in, but she's not heard a single thing past death. Just cheeks just puffed up, getting red.
I will allow you to compose yourselves after that.
I don't think you've got long enough.
No, I fear we do not have that much time either. I will allow you to compose yourselves to the best of your ability with the time allowed.
Does
Okay, I clearly trod in some psychedelic mushrooms or something, because this is all not making. This is all crazy.
And the platinum blonde haired girls is like, I'm going to second the psychedelic mushrooms thing. Yeah.
I am rather surprised if it is I would have guessed that either we had all of the time or none of the time.
Who's Shakespeare over here?
That really didn't feel like Shakespeare. That felt more like Pinter, but yeah.
Who?
Playwright makes plays about people swearing at each other in porter cabins. It's English. Yeah.
Her eyes just glaze over. Like,
Well, here is the long and short of it. You're all dead. All of those gray people you see out there, they're alive. You can't reach them, not in the normal sense.
Hand slowly goes up.
dead.
Yeah, that.
Dead.
Yes.
Why?
What? Well, then what is this?
This is an opportunity. Each of you have a rare chance at life. Literally a second chance. You just have to do a little work for it, so. I'd say you can refuse, but you wouldn't be here if you were the type.
This thing we'd have to do. This wouldn't be like set fires or like shoot people or something crazy like that.
No, heavens no.
Okay, it's not that kind of trip. Cool. I can deal with this.
You are. Uh, so many lives pass through this town. So many thoughts and feelings, all poured into this land like a well. So much so that you can almost reach out and grab it. But for all the good it does, drawing in more and more lives to bring color to this once grey world, that well can be poisoned. That is what I'm going to be asking of you, to prevent that. That's why you're here. Reapers, the whole lot of you. Well, temporary, anyhow.
Okay. Stop. Let's go back
He
to the
stops.
beginning.
This is Cora just looks over us and goes, "Hammer time?"
Are you 50?
No, I have expansive taste in music. What are you, 3?
So, we all died.
Indeed.
Together?
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say I was probably not popular enough to be hanging around with people with that kind of haircut.
Thanks.
Didn't really mean that, and no, never mind. Subconsciously touches her own undercut and goes.
So then, something happened. You said you're death, and you're giving us a chance at life. Does that mean you fucked up? Usually, isn't death the final? Why give us a
Fuck
chance
up.
at all?
Ah,
Sometimes people die in a way that very few know that they're dead.
Are we on
I'm
a
sure-
bus or something?
I'm sure you are familiar with news stories of missing children, people who've run away and were discovered.
Kind
okay.
of sounds familiar.
That no one knows that you're dead. Except perhaps a small number. If you had a murderer, perhaps your murderer knows that you're dead. But no one else. Not enough that it would actually touch
Matter.
the wider population. Indeed. That is why you have a second chance.
Hey, my lack of a social life actually helped. Small fist pump. Wait, that doesn't explain. Points to the 2 popular-looking ones and goes, and then kind of looks over at Isla and goes,
It is.
And there's a platinum blonde-haired girl who's just like sitting on the curb, looking very forlorn.
It does seem rather odd that in a city this size to die without anyone knowing.
You will forgive me? How you died? I do not know.
Well, that just opens up all other kinds of questions.
My presence in the city passes souls. I do not have to do it in person. But your lives were recognizably alone when they were to pass. So I brought you here.
Okay, so you talked about poisoning the well or whatever. So how do we undo that? Let's get to the part where that puts us back alive rather than questioning the fact that we are dead.
Ah, very good. I'm pleased that you are straight to business. You will have a requisite number of tasks to perform to return to life. If they take too long, the opportunity will be bereft of you. You have until others discover your death. When a wider population is aware that you are dead, I cannot bring you. I cannot return you. Now, as far as tasks go, most of this will be investigation. Places that I have felt strangely about.
You want
That
us to
you,
find some stuff for you?
yes, at least for now, unless something else comes up.
I don't know. This all sounds kind of fishy. We wake up in the middle of this busy ass market, and you tell us we're dead, and the only way that we can fix it is to do stuff for you.
Do you have a better plan?
No, I'm just saying. You want to take this cat at face value?
I mean,
Do we have another choice?
I
He
don't
does
see
have a
any other.
very cute kitty face, just so you know.
We don't have any other sentient, talking, potentially Reaper adjacent. This is a very testing moment for me right now. So wait, you're saying that the more people who know about us, the less likely we are to come back. Is this some sort of Schrodinger's Reaper's cat scenario? Where the only way when we actually die is if enough people are made conscious of our death.
The second death, I believe it is called.
I thought that was a French thing. I'll stop talking now.
Your innuendos are not lost on me, but I assure you, I am neutered.
Death fucks.
Not anymore. What's worse, knowing that death fucked or knowing that death no longer can?
I mean, he's a domestic house cat, clearly.
Who the hell neutered Death?
I mean, if you look at him, like he's a domestic house cat. He's got a collar and everything. Like you always
veterinarian
spay
took
and
that
neuter
on?
your pets. Come on.
Thanks, Bob.
I'm so fucking confused right now. Anyway,
I will leave you a chance to recompose yourselves, explore your surroundings if you would like. There are a couple of other people that you could speak to if you would like. There are a couple of shops, a pair of shopkeepers down the way by Metzger's Hall that uniquely deal in your situation. If you wish to take the moment to browse or walk off your apprehensions, your anxieties.
You're telling me that money's still good in the afterlife? Fuck.
there is no way you can kill capitalism.
Fuck.
Only slow it down.
That is your prerogative. I have not paid attention to currencies and monies for at least 300 years. Not since I attempted to invest in foreign capital.
This is raising way more questions than I feel comfortable trying to answer.
The French burned me.
Just the look on Cora's face looks like it's on the verge of it imploding.
All right. I'm gonna stop talking to the cat. You know what? I'll walk home. Thanks.
I will be waiting here for when you return.
Bye.
Are you even sure we can go anywhere? This feels very purgatory thing.
I'm not gonna know until I try, and trying seems a lot better than sitting here listening to a cat.
Fine, I guess.
Lord Death with infinite patience just kind of like lays down in a cat circle.
Loaf.
Will you not
Yeah.
please reconsider? I suspect he will not continue until we have all returned.
What else did he have to say?
I don't know, perhaps what we are supposed to be investigating for our chance? And recall that if we wish to take this, we are apparently on a time limit.
I pull out my phone. What time is it?
It's currently like 11:20.
How long has it been? 11:20.
I mean, it's been 11:20 for like. I mean, for the approximate time that it would be 11:20. The last time you checked your phone, it was almost 11.
Somewhere between 1 second and 1 minute. That's how long it's been 11:20.
Your phone is
Just
accurately
checking.
capturing time. If that's your question,
Time continues to move.
yes.
We're not stuck at 420 forever.
Nice.
Nice.
Now we're truly in hell.
Yeah, the hour is stuck at 4:20, and the day is stuck June 6th.
God damn it.
I believe you mean June 9th.
Yeah, June 9th. You know what I was going for. Anyway, it was nice.
Describe your perfect date.
Yeah, Lord Death will lead you guys to if you want to explore. He mentioned that there were a couple of places you could go visit down by Metzger's Hall, which is the large, which you guys know as the large courthouse that was changed into a meat market and grocers. Or you could just leave Alden Park if you want.
Yitzka is going to leave the safety of the bench.
All right, you leave the safety of the bench.
Are you sure you're ready for that step?
Yeah.
We'll stand up. I'm going to go talk to those shopkeepers, whoever is over there. Just maybe to have somebody else other than a cat confirm that we are in fact dead.
I suppose that's a point. Cora's probably going to follow him. You never know. They might have like discounts or clearance. I don't know what do you pay for things with in the afterlife.
Mm.
Do you take Amex?
What could you possibly need?
I don't know.
Will follow them.
Seeing you guys get up to go, the blonde girl will shrug, get up, and follow you. Billy, what's he gonna do?
Oh, I'm already halfway down the street.
Where are you going?
I'm just going. You know?
All right. Are you going towards Metzger's Hall or away from it?
Towards it, probably.
Okay.
Because that's how I probably remember how to get out.
Okay, well, no, going towards Mesker's Hall is not
Oh,
going to
'cause
get you
it's-
out
That's
because
right.
Mesker's Hall is the
It's the-
is where the financial cul-de-sac is.
It turns you right around.
Yeah.
Then I'm just walking. It's been a pretty heavy 15 minutes.
Okay.
I have to.
All right. Are you walking away from Metzger's Hall then?
No, towards it.
All right. Yeah.
If everyone else is following me, then that's their prerogative.
So, yeah, there are plenty of people just kind of going from shop to shop. All the parking spaces are taken at the moment. And when you get near Metzger's Hall, you see the giant courthouse of a building that has been refurbished into a grocer's. There are small grocers, independent grocers that have stands and small makeshift stores out front of the courthouse. So like small farmers that are essentially coming out to market to sell their carrots. And you have plenty of them out front of Metzger's Hall. But it's just as you are about to reach the financial cul-de-sac that you see. You do notice two distinct shops, one across the street from the other. There is one that is called. They both have signs up top indicating what they're called. One that appears to be very bright, as if the colors themselves are vibrant of this building, and it really stands out amongst all the others. Almost like there's an LED light that has been attributed to literally every angle in the front of this building, but there's clearly no LED light. The colors are just that vibrant. It definitely strikes you as unnatural. This place is called Fineries by Nelly. It appears to be a business that deals in fine clothing. Across the street is a shop called The Exchange. It exudes the same sort of vibrancy as Fineries by Nelly, but it's darker, as if those LED lights across every angle in the building are black lights instead. So it's a pulsating, darker vibrancy. What do you guys do?
I'm going to the Exchange.
All right. Have you ever been there before?
No.
Okay. You walk in, and you find what is clearly a head shop. It is full of hempen wares, pipes, bongs, posters, and other sorts of like beanies and beads, etc. There's
Who hasn't been in a head shop?
yeah. It's very much a head shop. However, it doesn't feel like a head shop normally should. It absolutely feels.
The missing smell of patchouli oil in the
No, I mean there's that, but it feels heavier. Again, the colors here are darker and pulsating. There is a
like a black light kind of feeling.
Yeah. It absolutely feels like you're under a black light. Even though, given that this is a headshot, everything should probably be rainbows or something, man. Or at least psychedelic colors.
Black lights are still pretty cool.
Fair enough.
That
you're not seeing a lot of psychedelics, is the thing.
Okay, that's fine.
But at there appears to be a there is a counter at the far end with a cash register in front of it, and there is what appears to be a older man of Middle Eastern descent with a glorious beard. He is bald but wearing a beanie, and he is currently sitting back and enjoying that sweet Colorado legalized weed. He's hitting it, of course, off of a vape pen, but you know.
Yes, Zach?
Eilert ambles in. I do not believe we are old enough to be in here. You are plenty old enough to be in here, my friends.
At least, and he because he's wearing sunglasses, just cause. He pushes his sunglasses down. And he looks at you. Mm-hmm. At least you're dead enough to be in here.
There's that word again.
Welcome to the exchange. I don't recognize you. What are your names? He pulls out a ledger.
Eilert.
What for?
Eilert.
Strangers your name.
And you?
Tell me what for first.
If you're here, it is because you are aware that I know you and can communicate with people like you. So just in case I forget what you look like, if you give me your name, you will be on the preferred customers list.
And what is it that you're selling?
Well, if you want to get straight to the point, he gets up, takes a hit off of his vape, sets it aside, and walks to another corner of the store where he has novelty weapons. Like replica swords, novelty knives, some clubs, I guess. All those things that would be tacky even as display. And he sits in a chair in front of them all.
Before we approach it, I'm gonna do an aside to Eilert, look. I'm still not convinced that this isn't a dream. But one thing's for sure. You're definitely not used to this kind of business. Don't just give strangers your names, okay? Your mom ever tell you that?
You are attempting to apply normal logic to a situation that clearly has abandoned it.
Okay, some Alice in Wonderland bullshit. I don't care. You still shouldn't just give random, possibly dead people your names. I feel like that actually makes it worse.
Really? I would think there would be less danger in a dead person knowing my name.
Just so you know, I am quite alive. I can just speak with ghosts.
Ah.
Ah.
So we are ghosts then.
Ah.
Well, ghosts, reapers, same difference. All of your kind passes through. All of your kind usually die eventually.
Just don't say I didn't warn you. Yeah, I'll go take a look at his weapons.
Consider me warned.
All right. He has what appears to be a decorative katana, a brass knuckle knife, like one of those sets of brass knuckles that has a knife at the end, a flimsy-looking rapier, a slightly bent mace, an airsoft pistol, and a gigantic scimitar. Like, and they all look tacky to have in a collection.
Would I? Oh, go ahead.
He's just like, and before you ask, these absolutely useless for the living. Great for the dead.
I gotta ask, how lucrative is a business where you sell only to dead people?
Pretty lucrative. Pretty lucrative.
How are dead people paying?
Well, you got colors, don't you?
Yeah, what?
Colors.
You got colors.
Is that like papers?
No. Look at yourself. You got colors. You got a little red in you. You got some dark shadows. You can pay in those.
This. Would I be correct in assuming that this tasks for Reapers are often dangerous then?
I can only assume, given that you are not the first Reapers to have come through here, and you won't be the last. And everyone buys eventually.
Well, then what's the cheapest thing you got?
How much red you willing to give up?
Is this like a metaphor, or are you talking blood?
It'll honestly be easier for you to understand once you've made a sale.
Well then, I'll take the airsoft pistol.
That is going to be a fair bit of black. He sends a hand to shake yours.
Eilert will shake it.
All right. You now so Billy, when you look at Eilert, so you know how there are certain animations and cartoons that I believe it was Gimli Tartakovsky who stopped using black as an outline for things.
Oh, line. Yeah.
Kind of do that by erasing some shadows from Eilert.
He doesn't look real anymore.
No, he doesn't.
Does he feel any different?
Well, your sense of dread has diminished.
That's good. He was doing a really good job of hiding that so far.
Yeah, your sense of dread has rather diminished. However, where there would be a sense of dread, it isn't replaced by something else. It's mostly numbness.
He gave you depression.
He took your dread and gave you depression, and then he hands you an airsoft pistol.
I see.
I'll put that in the chat here for you. It doesn't do anything special aside from being a ranged weapon.
It is ranged.
Hit from far.
Those are hard to come by. Okay.
Look, for a guy that is not very durable, he figured that it might be a good idea to give the jump on that one.
Yeah.
If he's gonna have to confront something.
Yeah. All right, Billy. What do you want to do?
Okay.
Do you want to spend any color or preserve your color?
Are you the only one who does transactions like this?
No, across the street you'll have Fineries by Nelly. But assuming you're a fresh face, she's probably not going to take your color.
How much for a little knife?
Just give me a little bit of your red.
Fine.
Oh, I thought an aggressive-seeming person like you would go for a larger weapon.
And hide it where? We don't know what's out there. Why should I walk around with a big old sign on my back saying, "Hey, look at me. I'm ready to fight"?
Who's going to see you?
Uh,
Says with a shrug.
he
Exactly.
he gives you he shakes your hand. You just go ahead and make a note that you've got half your red left.
Cool.
Eilert, go ahead and make a note that you don't have any black left.
No black.
You have no black left. You got no black left, and Billy, you have half your red left. But you do have that, a brass knuckle knife. Can use that to grievously stab things.
I'll put it in my pocket.
Which is certainly more useful than just like hitting it with your fist. You know, puncturing and all that. Pleasure doing business. If you want any more, you're more than welcome to take a stockpile. I always get these things in. Secondhand, collectible stuff. Always seems to be useful for your kind.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if they do not work, I assume that we will not live long enough to complain, so to speak.
And there you got it. And at that point, there's a chime of someone else coming in, and appears to be a living person. And then he gets up to go talk to them, because he's not going to just talk to the air while there's someone around that can possibly judge him for it.
We will have to remember that we will have to wait till a shop is empty before patronizing it.
Elsewhere, I believe so. If Yiska and Koira were not walking into that, I assume that they were going to Fineries by Nelly.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Have either of you been here before?
What is it in the normal world? I guess.
It is a business that deals in fine clothing, usually tailored clothing.
Koira has almost certainly been dragged here and fitted for something nice, which he has worn once under extreme duress.
I feel like Yiska's probably been here at least a couple times.
Okay. In that case, that you do know of Nelly. Nelly is a gender fluid individual who usually wears fine suits or fine dresses. Usually pristine white seems to be their color. And they have dyed bright red hair. They look a little bit like Ziggy Stardust as portrayed by David Bowie.
Nice.
And in fact may have been Ziggy Stardust at some point in their life, or some point in a previous life, maybe. You walk in, and you do see Nelly. They're wearing a very pristine all white suit, like white jacket, white undershirt, white slacks, red tie. They are currently just putting something on one of the racks when you walk in, and they then look at you. They then turn to look at you and go, Oh. Oh, that is interesting. Hello. What can I do for you?
So, just to start out with, I'm guessing, based on your reaction, that we are in fact dead and the cat was not lying to us.
Cat?
There was a cat that said it was death and it wanted us to do jobs so that we could come back to life.
That does sound familiar. It's cat part, no. But death, jobs, things along those lines, yes.
Yeah, apparently there was an exit survey about the appearance of death.
Ah. Interesting. Also, a bit on the side of mortality that I try not to think about too often. But, well, you can't avoid that too often when you can see and speak with the dead. I take it you're just browsing then.
I suppose, apparently, we were told that this is one of two shops that actually sold things to the dead in whatever. How does money work for dead people?
Ah, I'll explain. Color? The color that comprises your emotional being.
Okay.
Is it just me? Or does that not sound like something you kind of want to spend?
Something that you don't want to spend?
Yeah,
I am not going to be taking your personal color.
but that's something you can spend?
It is. The man across the street in the exchange will absolutely take it. I'm not that unscrupulous.
That sounds kind of messed up. What would you even use that for?
Oh, color in general, you can use for plenty of things. You can use it for inspiration. You can use it to make something tangible that is. You can use it to make something special that is already tangible. I mean, you've heard of making something with love. You can, in fact, add love to something.
Okay.
The living might not fully recognize that you have imbued this with actual love, but they'll certainly feel nice while they're wearing it.
Huh.
Hmm.
Okay.
Oh, all right. So you won't take our colors. So that means
If
we
you're
can't.
if you are fresh here in Purgatorio, no, I will not be. I will not be accepting your colors. If you happen to come across colors during your jobs, again, I don't get too involved. I sell and I sometimes act as, I sometimes provide some emotional support as I have with previous reapers, but I try not to get too involved with your actual business, as I'm sure that you can understand.
Okay.
Right.
But in the meantime, you are more than welcome to browse. If you go towards the big doors back there that says employees only, the stock that I have for Reapers is held there.
But you still haven't told us if we wanted anything you sell, how we'd pay for it.
Oh, you'll certainly come across colors. At least I assume. Other Reapers have come here with colors to spend that is not their own.
So you're saying store credit?
No,
Uh,
no. Think of it like sometimes you'll come across I don't know, a book in a store, and the book is just seems to be especially blue,
Huh.
and you take that blue. Does that make sense?
I guess I don't know. I guess that makes sense.
Makes as much sense as anything else. Any specific colors we should be on the lookout for?
I prefer the more vibrant, livelier ones.
Mm-hmm.
People don't purchase fineries by Nelly because they want to look sad.
So stuff like blues, yellows, greens.
That sounds about right.
Okay.
Again, though, if you want to browse the wares that I have for Reapers, especially, this is the employees only room right back there.
I mean, it can't hurt.
Yeah, just we'll go take a look, see what exactly Nelly sells. For Reapers.
So you there are a few outfits that are available. There's sort of trendy wear, which appears to be like a blazer over a blouse or a button down, matched with denim pants, because denim is making a comeback in the year 2019, I guess.
It's making its way back down from Canada again.
Yeah. There's a classier. There's a couple of classier outfits, traditional suits and dresses, some casual wear, notably a few cozy outfits like big sweaters over comfortable jeans. Hoodies are optional, and there's a limited amount of goth chic sort of things like frilly shirts and slacks, things that make you look a bit like a vampire. And you definitely feel special. What? Just to spitball it. What sort of outfit would you be looking at if you were going to just try something on? Possibly, like, would it be trendy wear, classy, casual, cozy, or goth chic?
I feel like Disco might need a little pick me up, and he would definitely be looking at the like classy stuff.
Okay. Yeah, like a traditional suit. Yeah, you go ahead and try it on. And you get this. And you definitely recognize that the sort of classy outfits does make you feel a little more confident. Like, when you think about it, noticeably more confident.
Just feel the Saturday Night Fever theme.
Yeah.
Rising through you.
Let's see. Cora, do you try anything on?
Yeah, she probably looks at something like if there's like big chunky sweaters or anything like that.
Something cozy.
She's genetically predisposed to very, very thick jumpers.
All right, yeah. Yeah, sure. You eye one of the cozy outfits. You try that on, and like, you feel comfy and pretty hardy in it. Honestly, it's like notably hardy, and so you recognize this about it. I put in the chat.
Huh. Yeah, that is entirely her bag. Yeah, she kind of steps out from what could
Comfy armor. Comfy armor.
Hell yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, she kind of steps out from kind of whatever changing room she was kind of in and goes, "This is. If I knew they sold this, I would have spent my own money here. Damn. I would have not locked myself in my room."
Yeah, like it feels like super comfortable and hardy. Like it's nice. You look good in it. The platinum blonde girl that's been with you, she let's see, she tries on the she tries on a more trendy outfit. And it comes out, looks at herself, shrugs, goes back, gets dressed.
Oh, come on, that look kind of okay.
Well, thanks, I guess. I can't really buy it. Don't really have any color.
I know, I guess.
And I guess it is worth noting that when she did that, both of your attention was drawn to it. Because you can recognize from that alone. Right there in the chat.
Ah, goddamn. Yeah, she probably checks out Yiska as well and just goes, "Yeah, but you look good." Thumbs up.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Goes red. Not used to
Well-
complimenting boys.
Well, I mean, if we can't buy here, though, probably should meet up with the others.
I guess. I mean,
Yiska, you said your name was?
John, you might be super secret muted.
I was super secret muted. Wow.
There we go.
Okay.
hmm Sorry, you were reacting to the pauses in a way that made me think I was not muted. Okay.
Oh,
God.
man, I love it when that happens.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Jessica will like change back into his original like outfit, which honestly is probably also something he got from Nelly, just not for like Reapers.
Yeah, you have like the you have the like the tag on in the back of your blazer is Fineries by Nelly.
hmm
And as you guys leave the employees only area, Nelly does say, "So did you find some things back there that you like?"
Yeah, yeah. I mean, all of your stuff is usually great. So
Well, thank you. Well, when you come back, come back with some colors that you found in the world. Like I said, vibrant ones, positive ones, things that would make people feel nice if they were wearing it. And we will certainly work something out.
hmm anything you can tell us about the other shop, or should we just go see for ourselves?
As far as I know, he does deal in weapons, things along those lines, fighting stuff. He is mostly going to be wanting your more negative colors.
Huh.
Right. So, are we going to need weapons?
Because he still stays in business with Reapers, I guess. I don't know. I've always been able to see and speak with ghosts and the dead, but I haven't ever really observed Reaper business at all.
Right. Okay. Well, thanks, Sally. I'll
Yeah, you're welcome. Oh, can I have
probably be
your?
back.
Do you mind if I take your names for my ledgers for preferred customers?
Yeah, I'm Yiska.
Yiska. Oh, I think I actually. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's it's not a great situation, but
No, it isn't. Let me know if there's anything I can do.
I mean, I still get to shop here, so that's at least one positive.
Suppose there's that.
Even in death, you can go fashion shopping.
And they look to Cora.
Cora, Reed.
Oh, all right. And you, Miss, and she motions to the blonde girl. Who looks around, looks at her feet, discusses them on the ground. I don't know.
Wait, did we never ask you what your name was? Wow. I'm kind of a dick.
It's okay because I don't know.
Still, though, I should have. One of us should have asked. You really
Shrugs.
don't have like a wallet or a purse or?
I have that card. That's it. That's all I have. I have no idea how I got in that trash can.
Yeah, it's kind of weird you showed up in a trash can.
A little bit. No idea how it got there. And honestly, I'm blanking on before. And that's freaking me out just passively here in the background.
Okay, maybe we should just kind of step outside and get some air, or whatever it is we're breathing right now, and maybe just try and find the other guys.
Yeah, I think I'd like that.
All right. Thank you, Nelly. That's been really nice.
Yes, of course. You're welcome. Well, look forward to seeing you again.
Yeah.
And you guys step outside, where the others are coming out of the exchange.
Heavily armed.
Yeah, they're coming
Hey,
out of the exchange.
Put my knife in my pocket.
Yeah, Eilert seems to, although Zach has BRB'd, Eilert's probably browsing still a little in there. So yeah, it's only Billy that comes out at the moment.
Yeah, Cora Project just does kind of mention. You all can remember your names, right? Like Iska, you knew your name.
Oh, the
Yes.
name
Right.
thing again.
Yeah,
I can't remember yours.
No, I can remember mine just fine. I just don't
damn
know
it.
if I can trust any of you.
What? Look, I'm Cora. Okay.
Ah,
I'm sorry, I didn't know my name could disappoint you somehow.
well, now I owe you something.
Is that how it works?
Is
I
it?
don't know. Isn't it? Isn't it?
It's called basic manners. Hi,
I think
I'm
those
Cora
went out-
Reed. What's your name?
I think basic manners went out the window when something or someone killed me and you.
It doesn't mean you got to be a rude corpse or ghost or whatever it is we are.
Billy.
Yeah. There
That's
you
a
go.
good. That's a good name.
I didn't ask.
Did you catch
I'm
the?
sorry.
Wait, your name's sorry? Oh
No.
wait. I was just trying to do a dad joke there.
We could call you that.
That's not that's not a good name.
I feel like that would be very confusing.
All right, but to be sure, literally anything is going to be better than nothing.
All right, sorry.
God damn it.
What's your story?
She just shrugs. Look up in the trash can. I know what a trash can is, so
Yeah.
I guess there's that.
And you speak English and everything, so
Yeah. So also that. I
Are
gotta.
you from around here?
Any of this place look familiar?
She looks around, shakes her head.
This is all really fucked up.
Which part? The being dead part?
I
I mean,
mean,
mostly.
the inability to remember what's going on. The fact that there is a talking cat that claims it is death. That's trying to give me a job.
So, if we're dead, then how did we die?
That's something I don't want to visit right now. Just in case it's something I don't want to know.
But I feel like
Any
it's
of us really want to
important.
visit that? Billy,
Yeah.
do you want to visit that?
Yeah.
Oh man.
How do I know if I'm really dead if I can't remember how I'm dead?
Okay. You need to roll. We're gonna call this spirit. You're gonna roll spirit.
Okay.
Your TN is 9.
Okay. I got spirit. Yes, I do. So I roll 3d10 and whatever's blah, 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 blah.
And you want to get 9 or higher.
I got 10.
You got 10.
I did.
Nice. Okay.
A 4, a 3, and a 10.
Nice. All right. So you distinctly recall as you really try and focus in on it, when you were taking a shortcut to school because you missed your bus and you can't drive, and if you missed one more day of school, there would be legal action taken against your family. So you were kind of in a rush. So you took shortcuts. And you distinctly recall when money was demanded of you. And you distinctly recall when you had none. And you distinctly recall what the price that was. Blood. Or you remember blood on your hands.
She's probably gone to looking at her hands. And probably just stopped responding to anyone as she has this horrible flashback.
Yeah, you look at your hands and you maybe like grab at your throat to see if there's still blood there, and
Yeah, Cora probably takes a beat and then just looks at the others and goes, and that's why I don't want to think about it too much. You okay over there? He'll reach out and touch her shoulder.
Oh, I'll smack it away. Fuck.
yeah, Eilert comes back to see this. Eilert comes out of the shop to see this. You guys standing on the sidewalk in front of the exchange, having this moment.
Did something happen?
It killed me.
Hmm.
Son of a bitch.
Chris just kind of giving it the knife hands back between Billy and Isla, just like, and this is why I'm not thinking about how someone killed me. And I would like to see if I can now induce by accident thinking about how she died.
Yeah,
Go ahead
he keeps
I
saying
just-
don't think
Yeah, you
about
keep
elephants.
saying-
That's
Yeah.
the first thing you think about.
Yeah, go ahead and roll spirit. Your TN is 9.
Oh dear. Well, my highest was a 3.
All right. Go ahead and note on your character sheet anywhere where you want to keep track of your injuries and traumas. Go ahead and note. Go ahead and note something related to the memory that I'm going to give you.
Okay.
You. Let me just look at your character here. You remember what it's like to be pointless, to be a frivolous draw on two very important people, and therefore a draw on one very important person. And you remember that feeling very closely. You remember hating how you took so much attention away from the one who was so important to you, your brother. How your antics upset your parents, and how your brother had to, in the end, deal with it. And you remember just leaving the house one day, just going for a climb out past the city, just taking the day outdoors. You didn't really bring any climbing gear, though. You don't remember why or how you fell from the canyon side. You don't remember if you were pushed, if you stepped off the canyon. You don't remember if you slipped. You just remember the fall. Maybe add terror of heights into your traumas.
Okay.
How does Koya react to remembering that, despite her best efforts to not to?
Probably begins as kind of the more emotional side of things, with her just kind of closing down and looking very visibly upset. Probably just getting a little bit bleary eyed. And then just it wouldn't look too obvious outwardly, but just has that sudden horrible like inner ear lurch in her stomach as she remembers the fall, and then just kind of takes a step back, trips on the curb, and falls over backwards. Lands on her back.
Yeah.
What did I just say? Yeah, okay. Okay.
The girl that you guys are now calling Sari, but I'm going to be spelling Sari. She will reach out a hand to help you up if you need it.
Yeah, she'll take maybe a moment just to kind of recognize it, and then she'll take the help up.
So I guess this is real.
I mean, if what you saw was on par with what I just saw, Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Where's that damn cat?
Probably back just a couple blocks where we woke up.
Yeah, I think we gotta get this ball rolling, huh?
Should the three of us go get some weapons then?
I don't have any color to spend.
I'm not gonna.
Although it,
Eilert will tilt his head curiously at the blonde girl.
although, ooh, that's weird.
Before he looks at Isla again, look, Isla goes, "Oh,
That's
you?
weird.
You see
I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
What did you do?"
no color. You seem to have color to me.
It's like to everyone else looks like Eiler. It's like it looks like the shadows on his body have been kind of smudged away. It's just really weird, kind of off-putting. Whereas because Billy spent half her red, she looks more like a corpse because the red pigment in her body has drained.
Does it affect
Jeez.
clothes too? Because I was wearing a pink jacket. Does it look more gray?
Yeah. It looks whiter because a lot of the red pigment has gone away.
Yeah, Coach just looks back and forth between those two and goes, "Yeah, I'm not spending any of my color if that's what's going to happen."
Wait. So, sorry?
For what?
No,
Ugh.
that's what our friend here has decided to be called, maybe?
That's not what I decided to be called, but you guys started calling me that. So
That's her name.
Okay.
Decided to be called. Do you not remember?
No. But looking at it right now, that might be a good thing.
Yeah, well, while you were in there browsing around some more, we all introduced ourselves, I guess.
Mhm. Right. Sorry, just real quick. You said you don't have any color. Is that something you know you don't have?
I mean, like color that is. I don't want to do that.
Right. Okay.
says-
just
she
checking
says-
if that
she
was
says
something
pointing
you
at those
remembered
two.
or not.
Yeah, no, I don't want to do that.
Okay. That's actually fair. You two look kind of terrifying. So, you know what? I think I'm willing to risk one mission without being a corpse looking or whatever the heck happened to you. Sorry, what was your name again?
Eilert.
Elliot. Also, I feel like the word I'm going to just start using I apologize instead of the word sorry from now on. I think.
And if you can think of a better thing to call me, I'll take it.
Nah, sorry, it's great.
Okay.
I was going to go with Jane, like Jane Doe, like they do in hospitals when they don't know a patient's name. But
I'll take Jane.
I will call you Jane to make it less confusing.
We're gonna meet like 5 other Janes, and you are gonna regret this.
Well, then we can always fall back to sorry if we do run into, half a dozen other people called Jane.
Sorry, Jane.
It will be.
Dang it.
It will be fine. They say identity is fluid.
That's
Well,
you know what? Really progressive. Not what it means, but go off, I guess.
Look, he knows the tune, he just doesn't understand the lyrics. Just
All right.
All right, let's go talk to a cat about a mission.
All right.
the
So you
cat that is
guys,
death.
you guys.
By the way, what are your names?
just claps hands on either side of his head and goes, "My name is Koira. I am having a bad day."
Should we wear name tags?
I would argue that you had a bad day 3 days ago. Today is probably much better by comparison.
He's getting slapped.
Ouch.
Oh, Billy's just rolling. That helped. That helped a lot.
I don't need your sass.
All right, so you guys return to Lord Death, who is
After proper introductions. And
yeah, Lord Death is currently happily snacking upon an entire fish sandwich.
How? You know what? Never mind.
I mean, the answer to how is exactly as a cat would eat a fish sandwich. Like he's not like
No, not
no.
that question.
No.
Wrong cow.
I mean, there is an overturned garbage can nearby.
A whole fish sandwich, though? Who throws a whole fish sandwich away?
It looks like a fresh fish sandwich.
That's the how I'm going for here. Never mind.
Maybe
Maybe
people
I recently killed a fish sandwich.
Maybe somebody fed this adorable kitty in the park.
Are you telling me that ruined food goes into the afterlife?
At what point did that fish officially be considered dead?
When the rest of its shoal was taken out.
When Lord Death sees you, he straightens up and he scoots the fish sandwich away because otherwise he will be tempted to eat it while talking, and he can't do that. And says, I am glad you have returned. I take it you are more acquainted with your situations.
God just silently looks over at the two of them, which have fucked with their own colours.
If Lord Death notices it, he doesn't show it.
He's a cat. He's colorblind.
Also, there's that.
You could probably notice that one of them is lacking shadows.
Hey, in Edward's defense, he basically did it to test it out. Billy wasn't about to do it.
I don't know if that's a valid excuse necessarily. But here we are.
You got a sweet airsoft gun for it, though.
Look, he is now not completely helpless if some ghost decides to take a swing at him.
When it seems that you guys are all there and Lord Death has your attention, your first mission will take you to the far end of Market Street, away from Metzger Hall. If you continue traveling Market Street this way, you will reach the Alden Park Historic District. Victorian manners from when the wealthy first started coming to Mercy Springs. You are to investigate the disturbance at the Lagrange house. It's the largest of these manors. I can feel its spiritual dissonance from here. Investigate it, locate the source of the disturbance, and, if possible, solve it.
Is there a particular way we should go about solving disturbances?
When there is no longer dissonance, it has been solved.
I will assume we are to figure it out as we go, then.
Indeed.
And what if it's dangerous?
Eilert shows off the airsoft pistol.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, great! A white boy with a gun. That's not going to raise concerns in a midwestern town.
I mean, he's already dead. So.
Our part's taken care of.
Lord Death just says, unfortunately, the universe does not work with equivalent exchanges. Sometimes more effort has to be put in to gain something.
So you're saying we can't die twice?
Well, you can technically. You will lose your
Alright.
second chance, though.
I believe he is saying that it will take us more than doing something to one life. It will take more than one life's difference to restore our own.
Indeed.
And if you consider that there are 5 of us, it seems we will be quite busy.
Yay!
Mm.
Well, I guess we go to this place and we Ghostbusters it as ghosts.
Investigate the dissidents. Find the problem and solve it. Spiritual dissonance is what can poison a well like Alden Park. Badness, foulness begets foulness. It draws it in. Poison the well, all you will get is poison from then on.
Okay, so find the thing that's making everything crappy, get rid of it. Yeah, I think we can do that.
Very good. Continue down Market Street. When you reach the historic district, search for the largest of the manors there. That will be the Lagrange house.
Well, what are we waiting for?
Hmm?
I will be waiting here, enjoying my sandwich. Because I'm eating a sandwich.
Just Corey has the temptation to ask and then goes, you know what, never mind. I wouldn't be satisfied with whatever answer I got.
Another this time a stray cat comes over investigating a sandwich and he hisses at it. He raises his hackles. Hisses very loudly. The cat saunters off.
See, this is why I always liked the dogs a little bit more.
Yeah. Wish I had a dog. Seemed nice.
That's a weird thing to say.
What? I thought it'd be nice. I like going on walks. I thought it'd be good to have a dog, but
Don't start having regrets now. You're already dead.
Could we please stop bringing up the fact that we're all dead?
Literally, we cannot. It is the reason we are all here.
That's like saying,
Okay, let's go solve a problem.
but when as they kind of trail out of shot, you just kind of hear Corey go, "Yeah, but when we were alive, we didn't keep banging on about how our parents had sex." There, now you got that mental image. Have fun.
Hey, guess what?
What?
I don't have that mental image.
Imagine 2 old pieces of meat slapping against each other.
That's literally the only thing I can think of then.
There you go.
That's just two slabs of meat slapping against each other. That's not people. It's just meat.
Do you suppose we can eat like this? Do we even need to?
I don't know.
I mean,
I want a steak.
Death was eating a fish sandwich. Please tell me my metaphor didn't just put you in the mood for steak. Ew. What do your parents look like?
All right, so you guys walk Market Street for a while. And it's just a few blocks. It is just a few blocks away from Metzger's Hall. When you reach the historic district. The historic district is primarily Victorian houses and manor houses. You're still in Alden Park. Alden Park is actually kind of a larger town anyway. It's a fairly popular neighborhood here in Mercy Springs. And And the historic district, as you arrive, it is very, very easy to find the Lagrange house. It is one of the first buildings in the historic district. It is a huge 5-story tall manor house of red brick and stone. It has a massive lawn that is host to 2 distinct gardens on each side. There is a pair of double doors up the top of a short set of stairs that seems to lead into the front entrance. A parking lot, like a small, like, cordoned off parking lot, because, well, it's a historic district, and historic Victorian manors are often the site of tours and the like. So places like this usually happen to have some kind of parking provided for tours. The parking lot actually currently has 2 vans. There are 2 large vans in the parking lot, and the building is right up ahead of you. It's currently little afternoon.
How far away was this place?
Just down the street.
Oh, okay.
All right. What are the chances we can still use doors?
I mean, we got into those shops okay.
Eilert will reach out towards the door.
Sure. You like are you gonna try, like, really try to open this door?
I mean, he's gonna see if he just goes. He's actually just reaching out to see if he goes through it.
So you're just kind of doing that. Yeah, you go through it.
I don't think it will be a problem.
Oh, that's fucked up.
So you just kind of go through the doors.
Mm-hmm. Jessica adds doors to the list of things that they cannot touch or move.
Yeah.
Hate this a lot. Why don't I just fall through the floor, fall through the earth?
If you think this is uncomfortable, wait till we have to ascend stairs.
Oh, why?
Okay. So just so you know, right outside the doors, there's a plaque right beside the doors. Says the Lagrange House, home of Alden Park's first family, protected by the Alden Park Historical Society.
So does anyone feel anything weird, like what the cat was talking about?
I'll say everyone feels a little red. Just standing outside, you feel a little red.
I feel
You would say it's that. Yeah, you would definitely say it feels red.
I feel red.
Good.
I don't know what that means, but I do.
Abadia Badai.
It's that sort of like it's that sort of feeling where, you know, like the hair might stand up on the back of your neck, like you're kind of in a tense or nearly aggressive situation. That sort of thing is what you feel coming from this place.
Question: does Billy look any better, feeling more red?
No. But Billy, you do feel that you were missing some red, apparently, and you do feel a little more you.
Aggression. That's what I miss.
You were missing some aggression. You feel a little bit of that. Like, you feel as if you were definitely missing that. And though it isn't physically returning to you, being in its presence does feel a little nicer when you're lacking sufficient amounts of red.
Yeah. I could be way more rude.
Could you say a swear?
Do you punch Eilert just to prove you can?
I'll hold that. I'll save that for when I really need it.
All right.
Everyone gets one. One free swing at Islet.
So do you guys head inside?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're in.
after reading the plaques, we'll head in.
Okay. You step inside. You enter a large foyer. Up ahead of you is like a grand staircase that leads to one of the upper floors. And there's a pair of hallways that sort of that go deeper into the first floor, and smaller stairwells going up into the upper floors as well. But in the foyer, there is right before the grand staircase, there is film equipment, all camped around a makeshift desk.
Oh no!
The
Are we
desk
gonna be on a ghost show?
The desk is covered in computers, laptops, and various pieces of digital equipment. There
Oh fuck!
are several bedrolls set along the sides of the foyer. A stout man in his mid-20s with a shaved head and thick beard is currently editing video at the moment. Who watches TV?
Me!
Anyone else?
One of you.
Yeah, probably.
Probably not whatever this is.
All right. So I have 2 yeses.
Depends on how stupid it is.
Yeah!
Do you
Okay.
watch the trashiest TV possible?
Yes!
Mm,
On the higher side of stupid, is that a yes or a no for you?
that is a no.
Okay, so two of you recognize the guy with the shaved head and thick beard. You recognize that as Chad.
Oh shit, it's Chad!
One of the 4 bros that consist of the Spirit Hunters.
Oh!
A ghost hunting, a TV show that is all about ghost hunting, and going to haunted places to prove that they're haunted.
Oh my god! She takes out her phone and takes another selfie with it.
He doesn't notice you're there, but I think at that point I'm going to call it into the session.
God, I'm so ready to fuck with the ghost adventurers.
Nate, you missed a chance to make this the Pies crew.
I know. I could have, I should have, but I didn't.
Is this place under construction? No, wait, something's weird about this.
No, like if I did the Pies crew, it wouldn't be nearly as funny as riffing on Ghost Adventures. So
There.
what do you guys think?
Yes, I enjoyed it. I like the idea of having to sacrifice your own color, which corresponds with emotions, for currency.
We're just gonna use for currency. Don't you guys have fun at least?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
This has been fun.
The system, how'd that work out for you? For those of you that did roll dice?
I don't think we got too deep into it, but it seems simple enough. I liked character creating.
Yeah,
Awesome.
definitely. That felt like you would. I mean, most of the kind of good games I've been in where the world building has been organic and not like lumped in. This has felt nice, and this has felt pleasant. This has felt organic.
Excellent. I'm glad.
I do have one suggestion.
What's up?
For character creation.
Yeah.
Instead of having one person go through every question, what you should do is alternate. Like, I know this would maybe be a little more complex to keep track of what you've asked to whom, but you should. I think it might be more interesting to basically like skip people questions and go down that way. So like you do one question, one person the next, because then it also gives people so they're not having to come up with everything about their character at once.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Kind of then you can kind of answer the immediate thing, build from there until it comes around to you again.
I like
and you can start thinking about the questions the other characters have, or the questions the other players are answering.
I like that a lot. All right, John, you're muted. What'd you think?
Oh, it was good. I definitely, um, I agree with Zach. Being the first one to do like my entire character was a little tough. I relied a little bit on random generation to see myself through, but um, I'm interested to see how things go, especially since we haven't touched on those, supernatural powers yet.
Right. I mean, I'll run the next session of this tomorrow. Well,
And
tomorrow, next Sunday, rather.
And
Mhm.
in retrospect, it was probably a mistake to buy the gun.
Why?
Because I'm going to abuse my power like a motherfucker.
Yeah. All right. Well, everyone gets an experience point.
Yay!
As I have in mind, sessions of this results in an experience point because modifiers cost 1 plus the number of modifiers you have on that skill and experience. So buying a single modifier for a skill just costs 1 experience. Buying the second modifier on a skill costs 2, and so on and so forth.
Okay. Easy math.
Yeah. Fairly easy math indeed.
Barely even math.
Yes.
Just number matching.
Pretty much. I put the. I'll also put them in Discord for easier categorization. But yeah, glad you guys had fun. Can we all do this again next Sunday?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so.
Sounds good.
Sweet. Sounds good.
Now I watch you go to Adventures
We'll
clips.
we'll go ahead and take care of it next. We'll go into this next Sunday. This one, the session is called Death Becomes You, Session 1. Just call it Prelude.
Hey.
All right. Well, I'm gonna end the recording then.
Neat.